Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing this Sunday? A little rainy day up by me, but it's time for some live readings and activations. Maybe a little later I'll do a collective reading or two, but let's see who joins a little early this morning. But we're going to be doing one card per person. All I ask is that you like, follow, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to just shuffle the decks a little bit. Please make sure you're only asking your question once. If you ask more than once, then I generally going to mute you and I'm not going to answer the question because it just gets to be too much to have somebody parroting the same question over and over again. So is Frank going to destroy your life, Marianne? I don't need cards to tell you that. If you allow him to, he will. You've got to take your power back. Spirit's saying for you, no, that he's not, but you need to take your power back. So that was your false. So hopefully that makes sense for you. And Goofy fan, will you get your tax refund soon? Anything is possible with the government. Spirit's having some fun this morning. Please make sure you are liking, following, sharing, and subscribing to the channel if you have gotten a card. So let's see who else we have. I'm going to shuffle a few more decks here while we're waiting and let everybody join. Just for everybody who is joining, please do like, follow, share, and subscribe to my channel. We are working on getting my Facebook group going too. So if anybody would like to be able to win a free reading, I'm going to put the link up in a few seconds here on the screen for a free reading on Facebook. All you have to do is what I'm going to do is I'm going to be raffling off a full reading out to anybody who joins my Facebook group. You have a 1 in 100 chance of winning a free reading because once I get to 100, I'm going to pick one person out of the 100 followers who will get a free reading or a light language healing, whichever you prefer. So here's your chance to win something. And Mary, you can only ask one question for the live. If you need more questions, that's a paid reading. So you can either wait for my next live for your next question, or you can reach out for a paid reading. And good morning, Destiny Jean. And Priscilla, does Harry love you? Well, let's see what the energies are. And you got to get out of that energy of not believing that your person did. So Spirit's saying that there's a lot of chemistry between you two. You've got to work on why you don't feel that this person loves you. You need to work on that self-worth, and that's something that you can do at Silver Fox Spiritual. I have a lot of healings with that. That's on YouTube, my healing channel. And so just remember, please like, follow, share, and subscribe if you have gotten a card. Also, please do follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, and on YouTube. I have a whole bunch of different channels here. Make sure your notifications are on so that you know when I go live. And I'm going to put in my Facebook group one more time. When you, if you follow my page that I put up there on the screen, you will be able, or it's in the comments, you will have a chance, 1 in 100 chance of actually winning a free reading. And so, Destiny Jean, can you have a card? Yeah, you can have a card. Let's see what we have for you. And happy good morning to you, Denise Brown. So Destiny Jean, there's adjacent possibilities. There's a lot of opportunities coming in for you. Just be open to receiving them. Be aware of them and be discerning. And Denise Brown, let's see what we have for you. And happy Sunday to everybody. Yeah, it's man holding a coin. So Spirit is saying for you, Denise Brown, it's time to release a little bit of your stranglehold on your purse. It's time for you to kind of let it flow a little bit. It doesn't have to flow a lot, but let it flow a little bit because that stranglehold that you have on it is actually blocking you from abundance. And Let's see who we have here. And so everybody just joining, please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. I'll only ask your question once. I'll try to get to as many people as I can. Let's see what we have with the financial stuff. So let me find my finance deck. And so for Joanne, the past. So for you, finances, you're holding on to past energies about finances. You need to pivot and look at a new energy within whatever it is for your finances, because you're trying to go back in onto a place that it's kind of pushing you away. I hope that makes sense to you. And Van Gogh. Well, Peter's still moving back in with you when he comes back home. Let's find out. No. Spirit saying not happening. Maybe it'll change at one point, but at this point, no. And Danielle, I feel you need what's the tea? This is a deck I haven't pulled out in a while. So let's see what's going on with you. Just remember to please like, follow, share, and subscribe. So for you, Van Gogh, I'm sorry, not Van Gogh, Danielle, fake accounts, fake social media accounts to spy, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Either you or somebody around you has some fake accounts and they're kind of stalking you a little bit. I hope that makes sense to you. And thank you, Truth. Let's see. And is your friendship with R over? Well, it depends on you. Spirit is your friends, because friendship is a two-way street. Always best to ask. And Spirit's saying soon, so if it's not over now, it might be over pretty soon. Let's see. Priscilla, would like a card? And just remember, everybody who is just joined, just ask your question once. Don't ask more than once. Let's see. You've got hooked. So when I see this card, right, if you look at it, there's a lot of hooks. I'm going to hold this up a little bit. So whatever it is, and it looks kind of on the dark side. So whatever it is you're holding on to, you're attached to something. Most likely it's from the past, where you are not ready to release it. It's time for you to release that energy. It's holding you back. And that's for you, Priska. Let's see what we have here. Spirit guide Dan, when will you be moving? Spirit guide, you don't know this? When will you be moving? Spirit guide Dan will ask the cards. Cards are saying this year sometime. Not willing to say what, but just remember with timing is always fluid. Every decision you make, every change you make, every now moment, the potential for the time to change will change. So Tweety Bird, will Justin choose you over Shakala? Well, why is it a choice? Spirit saying, let your friends help you, stay optimistic, and make the effort. So I'm feeling that this is not for you, this person, Justin. If you're having this issue already, why would you want this person who's not being with you? And so Celeste, hello. Please just ask your question once. It's all we ask here. And so, and Tweety Bird, I already told you once, and now you're ready doing this. I'm going to have to mute you for a little bit more. I gave you the answer. And this is where I get really kind of cranky. Do people not know how to read? It says it clearly. Ask the question once. All right. So, and Celeste, I'm going to give you a card, but please do follow you have to follow the rules. There's a lot of people that like cards, and when somebody is really annoying like that and asking the same question over again, pay for a reading, because that's not the behavior for free. So, Celeste, for you, wolves in sheep clothing, something around you is actually not who they seem, and it's probably not a good person. It's bad energy. So bear with me while I scroll through it. We've got too many people for me to go to everybody, so I'm going to just answer who I feel and who I feel guided towards. And Nurse Sandy, I don't do health questions for a very specific reason. You have to be in that place of belief. And if somebody gives you something that ruins your belief, then it can cause a bad timeline to happen. You don't want that. What you want to do is just hold on to a belief that, yes, he'll be just fine. And so, Joy, I'm going to pull you. And this is for everybody who's watching. I'm not going to get to everybody, so please only ask your question once. If it's meant to be answered, I roll up and down the line. Uh, I will I will answer whatever I can answer that I'm guided to. Some I'm not going to be guided to answer. If you really need it, then you just go for a paid reading. So where were we? So Joy, whenever we ask that, will you ever meet your forever man? First thing we have to ask is what is it that we are doing inside of love that's blocking love, right? And that's the thing. We always block our own stuff. We create our own realities. And so let's see what it is that's blocking you. And so for you, you're tolerating abuse. So you have an attraction to people who are very abusive in nature, going after that bad boy or bad girl, whatever it is, but somebody who's a narcissist, somebody who may be physically abused, you should never tolerate any abuse. This is where your block is. You're allowing this to happen, and you have to find a way to get into that mindset, take your control back, and not allow the abuse to happen. That could be verbal, could be physical, could be all different kinds of abuse, but you need to take your power back and find your worth. The best thing you can do is go in and do some healing, Silver Fox Spiritual. And this way, always pull a what's blocking you when you want to know why love hasn't found you. And it's because you're creating this block through some past trauma and through past behaviors of the trauma. And what we need to do is find that out and heal it, and that stops that from happening. I hope that makes sense. And so for everybody else here, thank you for joining. I am doing one question per person. I'm not going to get to everybody. Be polite, be kind, be patient. I'll only ask your question once. I'll go to people who have uh, followed the rules. I see a couple people that haven't. I'm just going to mute you. I'm not even going to tell your name anymore. I'm just muting you because I'm tired of telling people to read the screen. Um, And I am forward. I don't answer any kid questions either. And the reason I don't answer kid questions is because it's not for me to tell you that. You need to find that out when it happens. It's meant to be a surprise. And let me see who else we have here. Let's see. I'm rolling up and down the line here. So Danielle, I'm going to get you a card. You've been patiently waiting. Somebody's crying over you, Danielle. Sad, hurt, upset, etc. Right? You got maybe it's you that's doing the crying, but whoever it is needs to release that energy. You need to release that energy too because you're kind of pulling on it. And let's see who else we have here. And just remember, everybody, just ask your question once. I'll try to get to as many people as I can. And let's ask Christina Castellaneta Thomas. Spirit is saying for your question, ask again on another time. You're not ready for that answer yet. And I am favored. Is there a positive change in your future? Well, I hope there is because we want everybody to have a positive change, right? And you have to believe that it's going to happen or for it to happen. And so what I have is door to spirit. And what spirit's saying to you is you need to really connect to yourself deeper. The more you connect to yourself deeper, I am favored, the better your outcome's going to be. You've got to find that self-love. You've got to trust self again. Once you trust self, things are gonna really move for you. But you got to go deeper. You got to deeper, deeper, deeper. Um, Allow yourself to open to self. And let's see what we have here. Give me a few seconds so I can scroll through the list. Remember, everybody just answer or ask your question once. So, Michelle, I don't need a card to tell you this. Uh, just the question itself helps me to understand that energy. We all do the best we can, right? Is there always a better way? Sure, there is, but just make sure that you were doing it in a way that shows compassion to your children and allows for them to be who they are. Uh, Best you can do. You don't need a card for that. Let's see. And for Gene Bowen, you're just getting muted again. People who don't follow the directions just get muted. You can come back another day when you want to follow the directions. And so let's see what we have here. And Jen Sweets, will your boyfriend ever change? You should know the answer to that question yourself. I'm going to pull you a card, but not about that. Uh, when their actions and their words don't align, why are you going back to them? You're creating your own issues. So, Spirit, what does she need in this now moment? And Spirit's saying it's time for you to exercise your control, right, and get yourself out of that situation. If the person is not doing what they're wanting to do, the act of change is not a good thing because they have to want to change themselves. You asking them to change is not going to help them. They're showing you who they are, they're telling you who they are, but yet you don't want to believe it. Why is that? You have to go into yourself. Why are you allowing that behavior? And maybe it's time to not allow it. Exercise your own power. And please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. And like I said, people, please just ask your question once. If it's meant to be answered, it will get answered. So Ive64, hello from New York. Well, hello from Pennsylvania. Let's see what we have for you. I feel you need a card. And for you, moves in silence. Spirit's saying for you, you need to take your time, whatever this is that you're working on. Don't be a blabbermouth. Don't tell anybody what your plans are. Just move in silence for now, because the more you tell, the more that people are going to be pushing energy against what you're trying to accomplish. I hope that makes sense to you. Bear with me while I scroll up and down the line to see who else I want to work with. Jennifer, will you walk soon? That's up to you. You need to choose to. You need to release whatever contracts that you have that are allowing you not to walk. You have to believe it within yourself and release any belief that you can't. It's the only way. It's all I'm going to tell you on that one. It's up to you. Sam, I don't do any mediumship. None at all. So I really can't help you with that. But I can give you a card. Let's see what's going on for you. Uh, for you, Spirit is telling you to feel what you feel. So you got to release it. Stop bottling that up. You need to allow those feelings come out with kindness to yourself. You need to kind of give yourself the trying to find the right word for this, but you got to give yourself the compassion, right, to allow for whatever those feelings are. And don't worry what other people, don't worry, they're not going to judge you. You're only judging yourself. Allow yourself to really release. I hope that makes sense to you, Sam. Let's see. Let's see what we have here. So, your gift is from yourself. It's not about God. It's not about anything other than yourself. You're creating everything that you have and you're allowing everything that you have. And so that gift is you allowing yourself that conversation to see that, you allowing yourself the gift to see other things, and just keep on allowing that, and keep on allowing more and more awareness to come in. And for April, let's see what we have here. Do your ancestors have any messages for you? Really, it's just yourself that has messages, but I can get you a message for yourself, from yourself. Let's see what we have here. And so for you, it's have faith. You got a lot of doubts in your head, April, and you need to remove those doubts, those questions. You're ready to step into your blessings, but you're blocking your blessings. And why are you blocking it? Because you're not believing in yourself, right? You see this? Start believing in yourself. And Coco, you will be muted as well. Anybody who keeps on asking questions over and over again, like a pigeon, we're just going to mute you for the entire live. You're welcome to come back another day when you're ready to follow the rules. Let's see what we have here. So let's see who else we have. So Amanda Lee, let's see what we have for you. I'm going to pull what's the T card for you. It's a deck I haven't done in a while. And for those of you just joining, please do read the screen. I have all the rules on there. 2 rules I have. If you get a card, like, follow, share, and subscribe. And if you have a question, only ask it once. It's so annoying otherwise. For those of you who are looking for your own reading, you can reach out, silver.fox.affirmations@gmail.com. All right, and for you, Amanda Lee, Spirit saying Queen Rising, stepping into your power, praise coming in. So you're in a place where you're ready to step into your power, but you need to choose to do so. So start stepping into your power. Stop allowing other people to control you. Be the queen. Start choosing your own fate. I hope that makes sense to you. And David Babington, let's see what we have for you. I'm just going to feel into what cards. I think we're going to do a what's the T card for you. This deck came out for a reason. So let's see what we have. David Babington, Spirit. All right, you got a few cards throughout here. So we have, you're overthinking a lot. You're probably crying over somebody else. It says crying over you, but I feel you're crying over somebody else. And Spirit's saying they ain't shit. So you need to release this. This is what's holding you back. You need to go and release whatever is kind of looping in your head. It may take a little while, but you have to give yourself a little compassion as you're releasing it. And thank you for that. Good afternoon. That was so cool. I like it when those little things pop up. Leslie Coulter. So let's, I hope that makes sense for you, for David Babington. And let's see what else we have. And then we're going to do a pick a pile for some people, so any people who haven't followed the rules and got muted, I'll still give you a chance to get a card with everybody else. So let's see what we have. User 42515. What's your next step? Let's see. Oop. 2 cards just fell straight to the ground. Let's see what they are, which means it's something in your now moment. Actually, 3 cards. And so while I'm finding those cards, please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. Anybody who is looking for their own personal reading, please do reach out, silver.fox.affirmations@gmail.com. They range from $10 to $60. I do them generally on Sundays and Thursdays, and today's Sunday. So let's see what we have for you, user. It's somebody creeping around in your space. They're feeling ignored, and it's a lot of fake accounts. So you got a stalker, somebody who, is probably an ex or whatever, that's stalking, creeping around. They're pissed off that you're not paying attention to them. And so let me know if that energy is right. Could also be you. And Morgan, will you find love soon? You know what? For all you people who are asking about will you find love soon, I'm going to put out a quick pick a pile here. So And that's for people who are asking, will I be in a relationship? Will I find love? This is for you. We're going to do a pick a pile. So everybody just hold off on the questions for a few seconds, few minutes while we do this pick a pile. And you're going to find out what it is that you're doing in this now moment that is blocking love, because it's not will you find it, will you attract it, and why don't you attract it is because there's some trauma inside of you, because you create your own reality, you create your own contracts with how you're going to experience life. And in order to experience what you want, you sometimes have to break some addictions, some processes, some contracts, and you have to change behavior, but you have to change it for you, not for anybody else. And you have to want to choose to do that. You cannot, healing doesn't happen because you're just sitting there waiting for it because it's a, a new moon or whatever. That's just hogwash. It's nonsense. But what it does happen is when you choose to change. And so for everybody here who's asking about their relationship, when will I find love? Why haven't I found love? Is love coming soon? Let's start with this. Let's find out what it is that you're doing that's actually causing blocks in your life, right? So that's that. Will I find love soon? Will I be in a relationship soon? Let's find out why you're pushing it away, and that's the answer to your question that you need to know in the now moment, not timing, but why are you pushing it away, and how do we fix it, right? Because we work on fixing here. We're a healing channel. We're not about just telling you something that's never going to happen. So pick it. We have three piles here: blue, yellow, and green. You're going to ask in your head, what is it that I'm doing in this now moment that is preventing love from finding me? This could be relationship, could just be self-love, could be any type of love that is out there. So put that in your head, and I'm going to give everybody about 30 seconds to pick the first one that pops in your head. Don't second guess, don't third guess, trust yourself. All right. So if everybody ready, we're going to start reading our cards here. So with that, if you've chosen the blue card, you're tolerating abuse. Any kind of abuse is not okay. You deserve somebody who treats you well. And this is the second time this card has come up, even after I've shuffled the deck a few times. When we see this is generally a collective answer. People have got to stop allowing people to walk all over them. That's the narcissist empath relationship. That's the one who allows physical abuse. It's not okay. You got to take your power back. Until you heal that, why you're allowing that is going to keep on coming back. And I'm going to rant and rave about this one. Please go to my Silver Fox Spiritual. I do have some healings for that. You need to release whatever it is, whether it's a past life experience, whether it's a childhood experience, but you have to release that because it's not healthy. Could really be dangerous. Number two, you've chosen the yellow pile. Your block is boundaries, right? You need to have some good boundaries so you don't feel violated, right? So a lot of you have no boundaries whatsoever, and you just allow yourself to be stepped over all over the place. And this is the same thing with tolerating abuse. Now, boundaries are something that needs to be um, healthy. In other words, what's going to happen is that when your boundaries are too hard, it's basically like think of it as a door with no door handle, with no windows, with no ring doorbell. And so what's going on here is that you turn it into a wall, and that's not a healthy boundary either. You need to have something where you're able to see what's coming in, but then choose to put the door and close it and lock it. All right? I hope that makes sense. And for those of you who've chosen the green pile, it's walking away. You leave too quickly when things get challenging. Stay and try to work it out. And so many of you, the reason you walk away is because all of a sudden if you stay, you might actually have to make a commitment. You might actually have to, have a relationship, and secretly you don't want it. Even though you say you do, secretly you don't want it. And because you don't want it, you're manifesting that all over again. And so you manifest these experiences that make you, oh, I got to run, I got to run, I got to run, I got to run, right? And so that's your blocks. These are what's preventing you guys from love. So start working on that. I have a lot of healings for this in Silver Fox Spiritual. On YouTube, I also do personal one-on-one light language healings if you resonate with light language healings. So please do reach out. And for those of you who've asked the questions a zillion times, and you wonder why you can't ask it again, it's because I muted you. I'm not answering. I'm just muting people now. Okay, so let me see who else I have here. I'm gonna again another muter, and I'm gonna tell you this one for Fab. The reason why you lost your savings in your job is your energy is really bad. You're not listening like everybody else, and so you have to learn patience, and you have to figure out what it is in yourself that's creating this, and you're creating this yourself. You need to fix your behavior. Um, Grand 60, let's see what we have here. And just remember, everybody, I don't have a lot of rules, but my big rule is do not ask the question more than once. It's just annoying. You're no better than anybody else who's been patiently waiting. So, Grand 60, let's see what we have for you. So, Grand 60, awakening, a realization, shift, a discovery. So you're going through some sort of an awakening here. It's time for you to start meditating, start connecting to self. I hope that makes sense to you. And Luann, is your job going to last? We'll get a yes or no question here. And yes, you will. Um, your job will last. You'll survive this one. And let's see what we have for Hazel Eye. I want to find a deck here. Bear with me. So something you're doing is wasting time. It seems like you want something back or you want an energy back. You're holding on to this, and that's a waste of time. I hope that makes sense to you. Um, let me see who else I have here. So bear with me. I'm just rolling through the screen here. Bear with me. So Destiny, I just pulled a couple cards for you. Um, Creativity steals your ideas. Somebody's trying to steal your ideas here, right? And uh, this is due to some past life issue. You got to block this energy. This person stealing your stuff. And for all you people who are asking, does so and so miss you? No. And why do I say that? Because get out of that energy. That energy is a lack energy. You should not care whether they stay late or pray. I'm not going to answer those questions today because you just need to get out of that energy. It hurts. I know you want to know what's going on with them, but no. Release that energy and work on yourself because you need to work on yourself to not feel that way because you need to be in your own confidence, in your own strength, in your own power. And by asking over and over again, what you're doing is you're pulling the energy and you're also pulling on the fact that you're in lack. And what do you think the universe does when you focus on lack? It's going to give you more and more lack, and it's going to create these mind loops inside your head. And you need to heal that. What you need to do is start healing that. So if anybody wants, just give me a yes or no here. We'll do a light language healing to get you out of that loop energy of asking about your person, focusing on your person, because you need to focus on self. You don't need anybody else externally. If they come in, great, but you don't need to be in that space where they're controlling your life because you're so worried. Are they going to come back? Do they miss me? Do they love me? Right? So if anybody's open for that, let me know. I'm going to do a light language. Anybody who doesn't want it, just say in your head, I don't want it. But what we're going to set the intention to do is to bring our power back into ourselves by bringing in the frequency of love for the collective that is here. Who wants this, right? You have to choose to want this. And you're going to bring in your higher self from outside of polarity. We're going to bring in the frequency of love. And we're going to allow love to push away that contract that is forcing you to energetically tug and not let go of that person. It doesn't mean that once you let go of that person, they're not going to come back. There's always a possibility they do, but they can't come back in the way that you want them until that contract is released, until you release the block that is creating that energy. So with that, let's just set the intention to allow love to come in, to push away those contracts, dissolve those contracts, break all the things that you're not willing to let go, and allow you to start letting go at your own pace when you're ready to release that energy so newer energies can come in for love. So with that, set your intentions, and this is only in the frequency of love and only for your highest and best good with no harm to anybody. Shanana ro she she papa ushuno ro she pa na wo no ro she papa papa shuru she papa na no she ba na we she na ne we sho pa na we shana na we she papa 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 shana we she ne ne pa we she na na wo pa she pa no we she na we she na ne papa papa she no we shu no pa papa nge e papa shu papa nu she ne pa na she ne papa shu papa 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 yeah na papa 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 she ne pa pa na ni pa 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 shana ana ayep shina ne pa shana na pa na en pa pa shana ayen pa pa shine pa pa no ne pa. All right, so hopefully that has helped. Some of you may have started crying, you may have started coughing, hiccuping, whatever it is. I feel somebody just released something here. So let me know how you received that. That's a small sample of light language. If you reacted well with that, then you might want to consider doing a one-to-one healing. And so with that, we'll get back to some card readings. And just remember, only ask your question once. Anybody who asks more than once just gets automatically muted because I have no time for those kind of people. You can always come back in another reading if you have been muted. I don't hold grudges. Let's see. Betsy Boo. Let's see what we have for you. And I am not going by the bottom. I just go where I feel called to at the now moment. And so for you, Betsy Boo, we got a few cards coming out here. And let's see what we've got here. So it's an interesting set of cards here, right? So something really crushed your ego. You got some evidence around it and it destroyed you. Spirit saying get into the energy of unbothered, release that energy. Don't hold on to it. I hope that makes sense to you, but this is the key to success right here. And let's see who else we have here. And for those of you who are watching, please remember, you ask the question once, you be polite, you be kind, and you be patient, and then there's a chance you'll get your stuff answered. I don't always answer everybody. Today I can't, too many people here, but I will try to get to as many as I can. Let's see. MJ, can you please have a random card? Yes, you may. Let's pull. This deck seems to be the one that wants to come out today. For you, somebody's looking for some dirt on you or vice versa. You're digging in, trying to find some information. Be careful with that. That's what I'm hearing. Let me know if that's that information you get may not be what you want. Let me know if that makes sense. Let's see who else we have here. Let's see. Letitia Gwyneth. Let's see what we have. I feel an energy card for you, Letitia. Just remember, everybody, please like, follow, share, and subscribe if you have gotten a card. And so for you, we have community, Letitia. And I'm going to put this all together, right? So Spirit's saying that you're blocking your own abundance, right? There's a lot of abundance going on here. You need to get into your community, find your soul family. It may be a journey to self to find that. Once you do take some action in connecting to self and finding that soul family, you're going to see blossoming abundance. You see the garden in the gate. You see how there's a gate there. You're choosing not to open the gate. Spirit's saying it's time for you to find this and this to get to this and this. So I hope that makes sense to you. And that's for Letitia. And so for everybody here, please do like, follow, share, subscribe, put your notifications on. I'm going to put a link into the comments, and that's to my Facebook group. If any of you would like to win a free reading, please follow that Facebook group I just put in here. You'll have a 1 in 100 chance of actually getting a full reading. That's a $60 value. I usually do my full readings on Thursdays and Sundays, so if anybody is looking for a reading, I do have 1 or 2 slots left for today. Just reach out. The full readings run $60. Let's see who else we have here. Let's see. And Texas girl, will you finally have the time to do something special for your birthday? That's up to you. Cards are not going to tell you because that's a choice you have to make. You have to find the time. You have to make the time. And if you choose not to, that's your choice. Cards aren't going to tell you what you're going to choose. You need to choose yourself. And let's see. TCHA 662, I feel a card for you. And for you, Spirit's saying, get out of that energy of lack. Just get into that energy of ain't shit, right? What does that mean? It means to just detach from whatever it is that you're holding on to. It's nothing. It's a nothing burger, but you're holding on to it, and that's causing you a lot of resistance. And let's see what we have here. What else do we have? So, nay. Yes, you can have a card. Or is it nay or Nia? Looks like nay. You can get a card here, nay. And for you, you got 3 cards. You got groupie, a bad reputation, and impersonator. So when I see all this, right, it's telling me you're hanging around with a bunch of drama mamas. It's time for you to release those drama mamas. They're all fake. You want to get out of those people who are just like, these are what I call the seagulls, like in Finding Nemo, the seagulls, mine, 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 mine. That's what I call the same people that ask the question over and over again. These are all low vibrational people, all people who are bringing drama into your life. Spirit saying, get rid of them, get out of it. They're only going to ruin your reputation. They're all posers. I hope that makes sense to you, Nay. And please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. Make sure that you're only asking your question once. If I see it more than once, I just mute. Please do also make sure you're liking and sharing and following if you have gotten your card. So let's see what we have here. Notifications are on. Tracy, I have a card for you as well. And let's see what we have. And just remember that not everybody gets a reading today. I do the best I can. You need to be patient. You need to be kind. You need to be polite and only ask once. So for you, Tracy, I see some legal issues coming through, and somebody's kind of bullying you or suffering from it, right? So I'm hoping you're not the bully here, but I do see some issues coming on with legality. Let me know if it makes sense. This is a one that I generally don't see very often. Let's see who we have here. Let's see. Moonleap, good to see you, my friend. Let's see what's going on with you today. This deck is wanting to come out. So for you, Moonleap, carless, no car, repo car issues. Spirit saying be careful with your car. Make sure you're checking things out because we could be having some car problems. Get to it before it becomes a big problem. Not sure why that came out, but it is what it is. I don't second guess it. And Anna Walker, I don't do any I don't do any questions on health. Uh, I can answer other questions for you, but I can't answer health questions. I don't health, death, uh, jail. I don't do those kind of things. And Ashley from Ottawa. How is it up there in the Great White North? And Spirit saying, be careful with your finances because you got the broke ass card. Don't be broke ass. Allow some money to flow. Stop resisting your money flow. Keep on visualizing the money flow as a river. And anytime you see a stone, just wash it away. I keep doing that for a while and it's going to get better. And Lovable, good morning. How are you today? Let's see what we have for you. So I got a second one where I'm seeing this is the second time these two cards have come out, even though I keep on shuffling the deck. So this is a collective message. A lot of you got some evidence that's just crushing your ego. You got information that was not to your liking. It's time for you to release it. Stop looping around it. It was meant to go away. That's what I'm getting. And let's see. And Grand Risings from Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico. Let's get you a message from Puerto Rico. I used to live there back when I was young. Running. Spirit saying stop running. You're running away from something. It's time for you. So, Nancy Toro, it's time for you to stop running and face what you're running away from. And let's see what else we have here. Let's see. Becky Gallos, let's see what we have for Galagos. For you, Spirit saying you may be moving on from something. If you look at this one, you can't tell whether he's moving from a job or moving to a new place, but there's some movement coming for you. That's going to be a journey. And just remember, if you want something a little deeper than the one card, because one card doesn't really give you the full of the energy, what it does do is it gives you a little idea. If you want a full reading, please do reach out, silver.fox.affirmations@gmail.com or send me a DM. I'll send you the whole price list. Oh, we got somebody from South Africa. I have a few friends from South Africa. Let's get you a card. And remember, everybody, be polite, be kind, also be patient, because I'm going to get to who I get to. Asking a question over and over again to get you nothing. It's the second time I'm seeing broke ass, and I just shuffled this again. So from South Africa, you got to release that block on money too. It seems like this is a collective thing. Everybody's broke ass here today, and so it's time for us to release those blocks on prosperity. Go to my Silver Fox Spiritual. I do have some healings on releasing some of these financial contracts that are keeping us stuck. And let's see what we have here. And so, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. I see I get people all over the place. So let's see what we have. And remember, everybody, just ask your question once. Anna Naylor, card for you says, you're marrying for money. Uh-oh. Is this really true? Did you really marry for money? Or are you going to be marrying for money? Release that because it's only going to give you sadness. And it doesn't hurt to have some money, though, right? Let me know if that makes sense. It's always interesting when I get cards like that. Let's see what we have here. Well, if you're not married, Anna, be careful on that. Because it never ends well. Maybe that was a warning from Spirit. Let's see. So Dawn here from Georgia. You're broken. Why are you broken? Let's see what's going on. So maybe that's the message, Ann. If the boyfriend's broke ass, then maybe it's time for you to release that because that's why he's there. He's there for the money, and one way or another, that message was for you. So I would get rid of him if you're taking care of him. That's not good energy for you. It makes sense now. So for you, where was this? From Georgia. The reason you're down and out is because you're hooked on some energy that from the past. This is the second time I've seen this one come out too, so this is a big collective. Uh, and why are you hooked on it? You're hooked on somebody who's a drama mama, right? Clout hungry. It says anything, does anything, makes shit up, all drama. Why? To keep you hooked. And so it's time for you to release that person that's doing that. It could be family, it could be friends, it could be a lover. And let's see what we have here. And you know what? I usually don't do a follow up, Anna, but I want to see what the love cards say on this. Bear with me, because that one just piqued my interest enough. Spirit says you need another card or two. I generally don't do it, but let's see what we got. Spirit, what's going on with Anna? Missed opportunity, you didn't take it when you should have, and a new chapter trying to move on. Yet Spirit's telling you it's time to get rid of this. This person is just an opportunistic person. That's, it's up to you. Everybody has a choice in their life. You don't have to follow what the cards say, but you may want to think about it. Usually I don't pull a second set of cards, but just needed to find an answer. Let's see what we have here. And Kelly, how do you process this crippling anxiety? Let's answer that in two ways. I'll get you a card, but the first thing you got to do is stop overthinking. I have a huge amount of healings in Silver Fox Spiritual for that anxiety. The anxiety is caused by a mind loop, and that mind loop is because you're fixating on a piece of energy that is attacking you, so to speak, and it's yourself attacking yourself. And the problem is you're doubting yourself. You've been here before. Trust yourself and believe in your own strength. And because you're doubting yourself, you're creating your own attacks on yourself. Anxiety is always an attack on yourself. And why is it an attack? Because you're holding on to energy and you are trying to force an outcome and the outcome isn't happening. And so what you do is create mind loops and it keeps you stuck for lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. It's time to let go. It's time to release those doubts. It's time to find connection to self. You need to go in and meditate, start connecting with self more. And if you can't, this is going to just destroy you, and you don't want that to happen. I hope that makes sense, Kelly. And for all you people asking over and over again, that's not going to help you. I'm a person that only goes to where I'm guided to. People who put a lot of answers or questions of the same thing over and over again, I just never get a result. You can come back when you follow the rules. Let's see what we have here. How do you move past this? You have to choose, right? And that's the Dawn, and that's the key to everything. It's always choice, and we choose a lot of times to be stuck because we're not ready to release a lot of energies. And so, how do you move past it? Is to release it. I'm going to pull a card for you and see what that is. But Spirit, give me what it is. Well, it popped out fast. You got a lot of stuck energies around you. Spirit saying it's time to get it's time to declutter, let go of items, let go, create a sacred space. And doesn't always mean your house is dirty or whatever. It just means that the energy around you is cluttering. You need to practice some grounding. You need to release old energies. You need to, throw away shit that no longer serves you. And that's both energetically and physically. So let me know if that makes sense. Now, I've been on for about 53 minutes. I'm going to answer one or two more at most. I'll see what I feel called to. So please don't just jam in there and try to get your thing. I'm going to pick somebody who I feel needs it right away, and we'll go from there. And Stephanie Longmore. I have a buddy named Bob Longmore. Let me wonder if you're related. Let's see. Stephanie, can you have a card? You actually got two, and one is very immediate. For you, it's giving money and Cyberbully. You're being bullied online, or so cyberbullying seems to be coming up as well in the collective. Because I mean, I shuffle this deck 3 or 4 times before I answer the next question, and yet it's still coming up. So a lot of you are getting cyberbullied, or they're when we see this sometimes, and also giving money. Be careful on phishing attempts and stuff like that. Somebody may be trying to scam you out of some money. So make sure you're being extra vigilant. And this is a collective message because this has come up quite a bit. And I'm going to do one more person, and then we're going to close out for a day. And thank you, KN. Let's see. Yeah, and for those of you who just asked the question over and over again, it's you're just creating your own loops because I'll never answer it. Who else do we have? Feel there's one more. Sandra Hayes, you're going to be my last one for today. And for you, I feel you need one of these cards. And let's see what we have for you, Sandra. Ooh, there goes the whole deck. Spirit just threw the whole deck on top of me. So that's telling me that I am using the wrong deck here. when it all gets trashed, bear with me while I find a new deck. I just want to see which one actually stayed on here. But yeah, when I get a 52 pickup or 58, however many cards are in this deck, that's telling me I've used the wrong deck. I'm going to go to this deck. I'm going to leave this one up only because that one stayed on the card here. And so, yeah, forcer, right? Force things on you, forces their way. So you're a person with control, and Spirit's saying release that control. Start listening to some music. Start relaxing more. Release that control. Release this trying to force everything, because every time we try to force things within ourselves, self always creates these blockages because you're pushing too hard. You're not ready to actually move ahead. And we do this a lot in healing because we want it now. We want it at this now moment, because we're being trained to do that since birth, especially for the younger generation who has Amazon and DoorDash. Everything just happens in the now moment. Cable, I can go back and forth to whatever channels I want. And so when you stop forcing and allowing, and sometimes you have to give yourself some grace because you're not ready to let go of those energies, give yourself some time, allow yourself to integrate and heal. Use some music to help you kind of ground that out a little bit, and things are going to flow for you a little bit better. I hope that makes sense. And with that, that is the end of my readings for today. Please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. If you find that there is a reading that you need in the now moment, you just can't live without it, you can reach out for your own reading, silver.fox.affirmations@gmail.com. You can send me a DM, but either way, you can get an instant reading because on Sundays I do personal readings. This is the time if you're just dying and you need to have an answer in a now moment. Otherwise, for those who did come and participate today, I thank everybody. I thank everybody who does follow the rules. If you didn't follow the rules, you get another chance the next live I do. I might do another one late tonight, or I might not. I don't know. I sometimes get called too. If you feel you need a healing, Silver Fox Spiritual, follow me on YouTube. If you would like to win a full reading, you can join my Facebook group. You have to follow it. And if you follow the page, once I get to 100 people, I'm going to pick one person to get a full $60 reading. And so with that, I thank everybody. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on YouTube, Silver Fox Spiritual and Readings by Silver Fox. Follow me on Facebook, where I just put the link in. And of course, make sure on Instagram, or I'm sorry, on TikTok, that you have all your notifications turned on so you know when I go live. And with that, have a great day, and I'll probably post this up for anybody who forgot what their card was. Have a great day. Cheers.